So today we're going to be talking about champion on the screen here, Serpent, because well, his rebalancing's out, and we'll get into that. But for those of you who don't know, don't play this game, or haven't played Marvel Contest Champions in a while, Serpent and another character that came out this year, Bullseye, are the most they are the champions that have made the most impact on the game so far this year, because they are annoying bullshit defenders. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, because like Bullseye, the problem with both of these characters, they have really annoying abilities on defense, and they have unavoidable damage. But Brideriser, how come like characters like Korg and all that are fine? And Killmonger. So Killmonger and Korg both have ways to get around their annoying chip damage. Because, well, for those who don't know, when Korg's awakened, whenever you move a rock stack of his, he deals damage to you. The way you can get around that is by using energy-based contact characters, or light intercepting him. And I usually use energy-based champions because I can't light intercept to save my life. And with Killmonger, all you need to do is just place an armor break debuff on him, and you don't have to worry about the reverberation chip damage. So there are ways to get around it. With Serpent and Bullseye, you can't really. And then, so when Bullseye got nerfed, which all they did was, for Bullseye's rebalancing, they just took away his instant bleed. So when you dex his medium dash attack, you don't take the instant bleed damage. But the problem with Bullseye with that is that that's not the problem it's not his basics that are the problem. For me, it's his special one and the Killer Instinct passive, but you can play around that Killer Instinct passive by letting him throw the special one, but the special one's a problem because of the chip damage, because you can't well, you have to have like insane human reactions to dex that special one. It can be done, but it'd be a very, very long time to get it down regularly. So you have to block it, and if you don't have a bleed immune champion, you're going to take a lot of chip damage. And well, Serpent's the same. So let's get into Serpent, more so on the defensive side, because I think as an attacker he's perfectly fine. He's not made for BGs. He's a ramp up character, which I don't really have a problem with. It's his defensive prowess, which is the problem with Serpent. So, main problems with Serpent, well, I've already highlighted one of them: chip damage, his power gain, and his death immortality, and he's a tank. Those are the main problems with him. Now, him being a tank's not really much of a problem. We've got tanky characters anyway. Like, you know, I like my tanky characters. You know, I've got a 7-star rank 3 Sasquatch. I've got a rank 2 7-star Man-Thing as well. So that's the least BS with Serpent. We then got his power gain, which in combination is a problem with the death immunity buff that he gets before he gets knocked out, really, I should say. And also, I forgot to mention, he's got undexable special attacks. So all those combined make him a really, really annoying defender. So let's get into his rebalancing, shall we? Because as you can see, before this video, I just had Serpent at 6-star rank 4. He's now rank 5 and he is ascended. And for those of you who you are just seeing this video of me for the first time, well, hello, hope you stick around. And also, I rarely take up champions before they're rebalancing, unless I know they're not. Unless I highly doubt they're going to be nerfed. So by that process, you should come to the conclusion that Serpent isn't going to get nerfed on defense, which is true. He's not. So let's get into the rebalancing, shall we? Okay, so here we are on the Kabam forums. So obviously this comes with a destroyer as well. He's not getting changed, which I can't really speak on Destroyer. I personally think he's fine from what I've seen of people do with him on when he's on defense. He's pretty good there, and he's also very, very good. He's also very good on attack from what I've seen. There's a good bit of Destroyer love on YouTube, I think. Same can't really be said for Serpent because again, he's a fucking annoying defender. We're going to ignore the attack power graph because, again, him on attacks is not the problem, it's him on defense. So, with his aggressive defenses target, we were expecting the Serpent to make an immediate impact on both our PvP metas, Battlegrounds and Alliance War, by injecting decks and defenses with a combo of Cosmic class threats, Power Gain, Death Immunity, and Pierce. So let's start with that sentence, shall we? Make an immediate impact on both PvP matters. He definitely did that. If you got really lucky with the pre-release bundles and got a 7-star, and then somehow, or if you duped a 7-star Serpent. I imagine I know a lot of endgame players who was lucky enough to get Serpent and duped him, take him to rank 3 pretty much immediately because he's that potent on defense. And I'm going to go on a limb. I personally think Serpent's probably the most banned character in Battlegrounds, and probably the character that gets the most amount of kills just throughout Alliance War on defense as well, because he's that fucking annoying if you don't have a counter. If you do have a counter for him, he's annoying but not that bad. If you don't have a counter, you're either going to finish that fight with very, very low health or no health at all. So yeah, over time, players have identified new counters and strategies to fight the Serpent. We are seeing his performance as a defender stabilize at a strong but healthy level. Okay, Kabam, obviously, they've got the numbers, so fair enough. Because he doesn't get banned that much, because I think, with Battlegrounds, if you ban your opponent's Serpent and you have a Serpent, you don't get access to him. That's how the banning system works on BG. So if you ban a champion that you have in your deck, or your opponent does, it will get banned in the other's deck. So yeah. But yeah, which always Serpent, there's not really too many counters for him. There's really, really not. Well, I mean, we'll get into some of them, but I think, let's carry on, shall we? Specifically, we are happy to see that Symbiote Supreme and Wiccan saw an increased usage over time to combat the Serpent and his unique combo of threats and damage mitigation. Players comfortable using America Chavez and Kushala also continue to thrive in this matchup. Now, I can't speak on Symbiote Supreme and Wiccan. Wiccan, I know his neutralize is strong, but I think that Serpent has increased ability accuracy that overrides Wiccan's neutralize, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Symbiote Supreme I could see being decent, but the trouble is, with Symbiote Supreme, he deals bleed damage as well. I think when he nullifies buffs and all that, I haven't played Symbiote Supreme that much, so I could be wrong on that. But again, the problem with going back to Serpent's problem with that matchup is that Serpent has bleed resistance. So while you can nullify, you're losing out on a bit of damage there. I mean, America Chavez and Kushala, I can't speak on America Chavez at all. I do have her as a 6-star, but I'm waiting to get a 7-star and then use her. Kushala I can, because I recently took my 7-star Kushala to rank 2, mainly because of Serpent, and I'm just in case he didn't get nerfed, and now he's not getting nerfed. I'm really glad I took Kushala up, because I think she's the best champion in the game for Serpent, which is because she can nullify his buffs, with the special 1. The Soul Barb as well, that she's got on a special 2, which, you know, the more buffs the opponent has, the better. Serpent's can get quite a few buffs, so that's really good. So, yeah, I think Kushala is the best counter for him so far. And I'm sure because they're not nerfing Serpent, quite a few Mystic attackers that Kabam design will be made with Serpent in mind. I'm sure of it, since he's not getting nerfed now. While we expect the Serpent to remain a high-performing defender, we are happy with how his performance as a defender has played out so far, and we won't be making any changes. Very, very surprised by that, but there was a little bit of doubt in the back of my mind when I saw Bullseye's rebalancing. So, yeah, I'm interested to see how big the backlash is going to be on this, because, again, Serpent fine on attack. I think he's quite fun to play on attack, but defense wise, he's just MCOC players don't like dealing with unavoidable damage, a load of power gain. So and yeah, just all the annoying things MCOC players don't like dealing with. Serpent has the majority of them. And I think that's probably why I'm going to leave this video. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, feel free to like it. If you disliked it, then that's perfectly fine as well. If you like this video, check out some of my other content. And if you'd like my other content, feel free to turn that red subscribe button to grey. And I shall see you in the next video. Goodbye.